Hi everyone, welcome back to AI Pod episode 8.
And yes, me, Erika as usual, and with our honorable guest.
Hey, that's me, Vivek. And we are here to talk about something interesting today, right, Erika?
Yes, there is 3 points that we are going to talk about, which is the first one is going to be about the 2 examples of.
AI going rogue. Scary stuff.
It is not too scary, by the way, but
Yeah.
it's just Vivek make it scary a bit.
Yeah, I
And
need
then-
clickbait, guys.
The second one is about one funny thing,
Yeah,
right?
it's a funny thing about how AI will behave, right? So it's a funny story. Let's call it a funny example of AI.
And the last one, shall we scared?
Yeah, should
AI?
we be scared about AI or not? Yeah, that's something that
yeah.
we should be, looking at. So let's get right into it. So if you look at our screens, and our presentation, let's look at the first one. The first two is the 2 examples of AI going rogue, right? It's not Rogue Nation from Star Wars. It's just AI going rogue, okay? So the first example was this very interesting case. And I think you've seen this, right? As you can see over here, a guy in Michigan is asking questions and working on Gemini, right? And while he's working on Google Gemini, the chatbot, and he's asking something about some old age homes, he's doing a project, right? And then suddenly, look at what Google responds. This is for you, human. You and only you. You are not special. You are not important. You are not needed. Blah, blah, blah. You are on a stain on the universe. Please. That is what Gemini tells the student, right? So the Google AI chatbot, the AI Gemini chatbot says this, right? So what did you feel? What do you think?
So poor
Yeah.
that guy to be
Yeah.
told to die. I mean, like, okay, I was wondering how Gemini or even Google will say it, so I might need text to voice kind of,
That would
Google's
have been
Gemini.
interesting, right?
Because
So this was only on a chat.
Yes.
Imagine him actually talking to you.
yeah, so I was even
Yeah.
imagine like the way you told me like that.
Huh?
I mean, like that, the
See
way.
that? I'm so nice.
Oh
Yeah.
okay. Please be live, everyone. But yes, no, I was wondering how actually Gemini will say it to that guy.
Yeah, but I hope it doesn't, right? So basically, then as soon as this became quite viral, quite a new news, it's just about 5 or 6 days old, right? On November, yes, we are recording, I'm sure this episode will be done in December, but the point is that this is something quite recent, and then Google immediately responded and said that, see, well, this is a learning system, right? And so they have made some corrections inside the backend so that such a kind of a situation does not occur. But yeah, a chatbot has told a human to go and die, right? This is Terminator, right? Imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger coming out. What did he say? Yeah.
Please die.
No, not please die. I say that, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be back. Right? So almost like that, right? So
Oh,
this is the
God.
thing. You are a blight on the landscape. Oh my God. Such powerful words. Anyway, so this is basically the case number one.
Gemini
Right?
We're so
telling you-
rude, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, well,
Anyways, this is a machine, and we couldn't blame the machine, right?
yeah. And in fact, this guy, he was saying that he couldn't sleep for 2 days because it's like post-traumatic
Yeah.
stress,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He got this stress after getting this kind of a situation
Oh
where
my God.
he got this, a machine is telling you to go and die. Oh my God, scary stuff.
Poor that Michigan
Yeah,
guy.
poor guy. Anyway, so let's go to the next one. So if you see here, the same case itself where basically it's Sky News also reporting the same thing, freaking out the user. Now let's play a video for our viewers. Okay, so the title is there, Erbai.
Erbai.
Erbai, the kidnapper.
I need to correct
robot.
it. In that sense, I
Yes.
need to correct
Yeah,
that.
Erbai. So Erbai, the kidnapper robot. So let's play this video, and I think all of you guys will like. Let's play it, and then let's see how Erbai is going to.
Kidnap the robot.
So we've got Erbai, the killer robot. So let's play the video for our viewers. And you can see over here what's happening. Okay. So this is really cool, right? So you can see some robots are moving. Okay. So there's this small robot. He goes to these other robots and says, hey, are you overworked? And then the bigger robots tell this small robot, Erbai, that, yeah, I'm really overworked and I'm going to, I'm quite tired. And then what happens is that, let's just continue to play that here. So he then tells, or not he, I mean, the robot, Erbai, tells these other robots, okay, guys, follow me. And they all walk out of the showroom. So basically, this is the story. So there were these 10 robots. They are all in a showroom. And then Erbai is the small robot who comes in and then tells the 10 other robots that, hey, are you overworked? And the other robots say, yeah, I never get a break. I'm always working. And then Erbai says, okay, fine, let's just get out of here and follow me. And then that's the last scene where they're seen exiting the showroom.
Yes. So basically, the robot is getting tired,
Yes.
exhausted, I'll say.
Yeah, exhausted. Correct. Yes. So
Yeah.
both the big robots are exhausted. They complain to the small robot, and the small robot says, okay, let's do a revolution here.
Yeah.
And let's get out. So that's basically what has
Oh.
happened. So that's why it's Erbai, the kidnapper robot. So,
Kidnapper.
Yeah, right.
So they kidnap the big robot.
Yep, that's exactly what has happened, in this situation. And then, what do you think on this one? What is your opinion on
This is so cool. This is so cool.
really?
I was even wondering, like, hey, I was even wondering if it's a human, like
It's not a human, no?
I
It was
know,
not.
I know.
It was autonomous action.
Yeah,
It was
but
completely autonomous action.
I was like even wondering if a human would done that. I was like, okay, this is another revolution, right?
Yeah, this
But
is.
yeah.
I mean, this is again. See, people will watch this and then immediately they'll be like, "Oh my God, the Terminators are coming!" Right? That's exactly what they're going to say. But let's tell the viewers actually what happened. So yes, Erbai came in and kidnapped. Let's say kidnapped those robots, but this was actually part of a test. So basically, Erbai's inventors contacted these other 10 robots, and they were different brands, and said that, hey, let's run an experiment to see whether there can be some kind of communication between robots.
I see. So
Yeah.
they are doing some kind of experimental thing.
Correct, right? And so then they say that Erbai, okay, fine, Erbai, come here. And goes and they program Erbai to go and do this. Talk to the other robots.
So it's kind of like
and
conversational robotic,
yes.
right?
And they both talk. I mean, I'm sure they would have. I don't know whether they. And that would be interesting, right?
I was
actually
even
don't know
wondering,
whether
yeah.
how they talk
How
to
they
each
actually
other.
talk to each other.
Must have been some kind of interface.
Yeah. I was even wondering how they actually programming, like, how they do make
They
the
can talk. I
conversation.
mean, just like how devices talk to each other. You're maybe on a Bluetooth or via Bluetooth or wireless or something like that. They might have just ensured that there's an API to API kind of interface where this robot talks to the other robot. They are collaborative kind of things, and they communicate with each other. I don't know whether it was in Mandarin or Chinese or anyway, guys. This was in some place in China, and Erbai became quite famous and at the same time infamous because he was named kidnapper robot, and of course the press got hold of it, and the whole thing was turned into, oh no, the Terminators are coming over here, right? But basically this was an experiment, and they found out that yes, what did they find out from the experiment? That actually robots can talk to each other and do some actions independent of who the owners are. And so this is a safeguard. Okay, so at least the experiment kind of success was a success, even though this looks like a kind of a failure or a rogue kind of a thing and all that, right? Okay, so let's go on to the next case, right? So we promised our users 3 cases, isn't it?
Yes.
So let's go to the third case, and that is where, look at this. Okay, I'm going to play the video. Let us play the video. So this, guys, is from Anthropic. Anthropic are the guys like OpenAI. They make a GPT model called as Claude. Okay, so they have Claude.
AI browsing photos as it got bored.
Yeah, let's not disclose it. So let's play the video, and
Okay.
then we'll explain, right?
Sure.
What's happening. So here's a video. So Claude is doing something, yeah, and then See what's happening. Now suddenly there's a Google search happening and Yellowstone National Park is written over there. Right? And then, the pictures are being seen. Yeah. So this was Claude again by Anthropic, right? What happens here is that here in this section, the thing, you can see that Claude has been told to actually do a recording of the tasks being done. Some recording and some programming was going on or something like that. Got it? And then suddenly it just stops doing it. It stops doing whatever task that it was doing a screen recording, and Claude was supposed to do this. Please record the screen of what activity is happening. Immediately, then Claude does, what Claude does, okay, it goes and types google.com, right? And then Google comes up and then it types Yellowstone National Park. You see over here, it types Yellowstone. So the chatbot stops the earlier work it was doing, types Yellowstone National Park, and starts to browse by itself.
So actually, they entertain itself.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly. Exactly. So the chatbot gets bored of the task it's doing.
So now that we are now we can imagine if AI got bored.
Yes, exactly.
What will they do, right?
At least he only went and browsed Yellowstone National Park and saw some photos, right? What if it decided, okay, I'm bored, let me launch a nuclear bomb?
No
Ooh,
way.
spooky stuff.
Okay, guys, we need to be prepared.
Yeah. But well, this is the thing. So
Yeah.
AI got bored doing a particular task, and that got me quite thinking, because while Anthropic is showing this as an example of, hey, look at this, AI is doing this, but what if AI went and did something else?
Yeah,
like
actually-
what if it went and accessed something else and sent
Yeah.
an email or something like that? Then what would we do? Right?
Actually, I also wonder. I'm curious because I think it got bored, and the way Cloud's entertain itself is quite funny. But I actually also thinking the same way like you. I mean, like, what if they access? I don't know. Let's say the Pentagon data.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be.
I mean, it's difficult, but at least it's something that dangerous, or
Yes.
even like the nuclear bomb. We don't know this yet.
I mean, what if it was in our own systems? Like,
Ah.
let's say some photographs on your phone or
Yeah.
on your desktop, which then it was sent to like say 25 people, your private photographs. What happens then?
Actually, I don't think I have private photographs anyway.
But I'm just saying that it doesn't
Yes,
matter whatever
yes.
it is, right?
So-
the fact that some action has happened is scary.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So-
But yeah, oh well, that's actually the questions number is should we got scared of this?
So that's the point. So if we come to the the final, so we showed 3 examples, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 were kind of okay. One is going rogue, telling them to die, and Google has gone and made some correction. Second was where you saw Erbai, quite
Erbai.
cute. And the third one was of the Claude going and doing its own search. Now, all of this looks kind of, let's say, scary, right? But at the same time, I think it's a good thing, okay? Because you see, I feel that, first of all, it also tells programmers. See, humans are the ones who are making these systems, correct? So it tells the guys who are making these systems that, number one, hey, these systems are not perfect, correct? So that's one, the realization. Because at, all humans, we have this kind of, like, hey, I'm so amazing, I'll make the best, right? So that tells you now that, hey, there are mistakes. And it's good that these mistakes are coming out, which means that we can set guardrails.
Yeah.
Right? So there can be guardrails, and it's good that these kind of errors come out early in the development of AI, so that we can set in the guardrails, so that in the future, instead of browsing for Yellowstone National Park for photos, it doesn't go and launch perhaps a nuclear bomb,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that is scary, right? Because now you have autonomous systems like killer robots. They're talking about, predator drones which have got autonomous functions and all that. But yeah, and you've seen so many movies, right, where this is all shown. But I think it's good, and I
Yeah.
feel that we only can get better
Better.
with this one. What is your opinion on this?
Well, I think I agree with you on in terms of this. Well, it's dangerous since dangerous.
Yeah.
but
Seems dangerous. Yeah.
it does seems dangerous, I would say. I mean, like, how Gemini told this guy to, hey, you just please die.
So
Hey, you
scary.
useless, that's it. It's
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then this Erbai robot actually remind me of one movie. It's Atlas. If you ever watch movie in Netflix, it's called Atlas. It's a good one. When the robots going to war, right? I was even wondering if this Erbai can make a
Yeah.
war.
Yeah, I hope not. Well,
I
that's
hope
the
not.
thing. So that was the whole point, right? The experiment was done to see whether this could happen, and it happened. So now the programmers have gone back and said, okay, guys, this can happen, and this is dangerous. And so therefore, let's put in new checks and balances. Okay.
Yes.
So while it looks funny and a bit creepy right now, we'd rather learn about these things right now rather than in the future, isn't it? So I think it's a good thing that these things are happening. It makes us learn, but we should not be therefore scared of, oh my God, AI is so scary. These guys, the robots are going to come after me, right? So that's not the conclusion, I feel.
Yeah.
The conclusion should be that yes, mistakes happen. That's why guardrails are important. That's the moral of this story.
Right. You learn from the mistakes,
Correct.
right?
Who's perfect? I mean, we are building
Yeah.
these kind of systems. Who's perfect, right? So we can make mistakes, and these kind of systems they're not yet self-aware. They're not self-aware, but they are a set of rules, and this is a hallucination. This is an example of an AI hallucination. It was not supposed to give you that thing, but it did. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
hallucination.
yeah.
And so therefore, the programmers need to ensure that hallucination doesn't happen. That's it. Okay. So let us not get worried and scared and say that, oh, AI is rogue, AI can go rogue. And then, let's not use AI, right? Because that'll be foolish because, hey, others are going to use AI, right? They will set in the guardrails. Then what happens to you and your company? You'll be
Yeah.
left behind,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's, I feel, the moral of this story.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, this is so cool. I would say this is so cool.
Yes.
It will be great, but it seems scary. But I know actually people, or even at least human, you don't need to be scared, right? You don't need to be worried.
Yes.
Or even us. It's just the same thing. Let's just a bit flashback doing whether AI can replace us.
Yes.
I don't even think they will replace us. They will help us.
Correct.
I believe so.
Absolutely. We will become the human plus. That is what it will become, right? So it's not about AI replacing us. It's becoming human plus
Yep.
with AI. That's what we are going to do.
Yep.
And guardrails need to be there. That's it. Set the guardrails. When we do our systems, we also ensure that these guardrails, and this is also teaching us, agencies like us and programmers like us, it teaches us that, hey, guardrails need to be set, hallucinations need to be watched, but ensure that AI is for good. There will be bad actors who might use and misuse this,
Yeah, yeah.
right? That's there for any kind of tech. But at least for guys who are responsible, this is a good lesson in teaching AI responsibility. Okay, and that's what guys like all of us should do, right?
Yeah.
Responsible AI usage. Right? I think that's it. I think we've reached the end of our episode 10. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay,
So-
so I hope that you guys right
Enjoying it?
Yeah.
I mean, like, it seems a bit scary, guys. Seems a bit spooky how AI can this.
Yeah.
But at least we don't have to be worried, right,
Correct.
Vivek?
Yep.
AI is
Got it.
here to help,
AI is here to help.
not to be replaced.
Absolutely. Okay.
So, I think we'll be see you guys again.
Right, watch us. It's going to be again surprise guest coming up.
Oh, I will be
Okay.
here, guys. Oh, bye.
Bye.